Welcome to Escape This Podcast, a show that's a mix between tabletop role-playing and escape room puzzles. We are back with another guest Game Mastered episode. This episode, I've said episode too many times. Twice is too many. Every episode we have an audio escape room, which usually we have guests come on and play, but occasionally we have guests come on and run for us.
And yet, somehow, I still don't get a day off out of this.
That's true. You still have to be here doing the playing. This episode we have returning for the nth time. I don't even... How many of these have you done for us?
Runners.
We have Scott and M. Weiss.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
How many is this?
Wait, hold on.
Fourth, fifth? It's something like that.
I think it might be 5, not counting the streaming one that we did.
That's true. There was a live streamed one.
I think it's
Is it
5.
There you go. This will be the 5th one.
You are the reliable well that we keep returning to.
So yeah, we're excited to play through another one of your rooms, and people who've seen the title will also know what we know, which is just the title. That this room is going to be called Pros and Cons.
The Dr. Dynamo adventure.
Now we don't know who Dr. Dynamo is, so it'll be interesting to see how that all works out. We don't really need to speculate because we're about to play it. What we will do is we'll ask the same questions we always ask, though because you've been on a few times, it's more of an update than a history. This is an escape room podcast. Any updates to your escape room experience? I don't know if M, do you want to go first?
So, I mean, it's pretty similar. We both went to Montreal over the summer, and we played through, oh my god, how many escape rooms did we play through?
We did 8 escape rooms
Yeah.
on that trip.
I understand that Montreal seems to be one of those places to go for escape rooms. Like the Spirers do that on their tours.
Was this specifically an escape room trip, or was it just you were on a trip and you went, let's get in as many escape rooms as we can on the side?
So we were at the NPL convention.
Yeah, the National Puzzlers League
Yes.
convention.
Oh,
Which
okay.
is an amazing experience, by the way, so let me plug that. You will love it if you go.
And so then the other element of this show is it's escape rooms mixed with a sort of tabletop role-playing style. Any updates to tabletop role-playing experience since last you were on?
I wish.
No tabletop role-playing for either of us. Just our usual board gaming that we do on the regular.
Fair enough. Well, lovely. I think, Danny, are you ready to play a game?
I'm good to go. I hope I'm good to go. Last time we recorded our guest room, I felt incredibly rusty.
And I solved it all.
You did. So I'm hoping I can get something in this time.
Well, I think you just got to believe in yourself. That's my advice.
Belief is for when there's proof.
Well, then in that case, I think we're good to start. Is there anything we should know before we begin, or are you ready to just jump us right in?
Just that you are canonically one person
Nice.
for this room, and there's no need. We have a map eventually.
Oh, okay.
M's going to take point.
Let's jump right in.
So the date you've been anticipating since your birthday several months ago, which was in the Lost Escape Room, for those who remember it, is finally here. It's the annual Comic Convention. That's exciting enough, but what makes this one extra special is that Carlise Flint, who plays your favorite superhero, Dr. Dynamo, is in attendance. You're hoping that you can get them to sign the packaging of the vintage action figure you brought. Anyway, you are standing in the front of an entryway to the main convention hall. On one side of the entrance is a table with a hand sanitizer station and a pile of N95 masks. On the wall is a large bulletin board. In front of the entryway is a woman wearing a security uniform. And now it is up to you on what you would like to explore.
Okay, we have a hand wash station and some masks.
N95s. Are they just giving those away?
Let's take as many as we can. Let's hoard them. Well, should we wash? Should we?
We're good people.
Yeah.
I'll put a mask on and hand sanitize.
Yeah, let's sanitize our hands and put on a mask.
Take a spare mask.
So thank you for doing your part to prevent disease. And when you take a look at the masks, you note that the masks are white with a pair of light blue straps that go around your head. You are sadly too familiar with them.
Let's see if I'm familiar enough to be able to draw one.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's looking super villainy already.
While you're Danny, this is the reason that I end up taking the lead on so many of these rooms, is because when something gets said, I write down the word mask, and then I am prepared to ask another question, and you spend 10 minutes drawing a mask. And now you don't get to ask any questions.
It kind of looks like a face hugger.
So you take the lead.
I'm too nervous to talk to people. I'm going to a bulletin board to look like I know what I'm searching for.
Sure.
So you take a look at that board, and the link to said board is in the chat.
Yeah, it's a schedule of the events.
Exactly. You can look at this for ages and look like you know what you're talking about. Like,
All right.
You belong here when you're looking at a schedule.
So having a look at this schedule, it says Comic-Con event schedule. We've got almost everything.
Now,
And there's-
just a note, it's Comic Con, not a single word Comic Con.
That's fair. It is Comic-Con. Do you want me to say it like that every time? We've got events every hour from 1 to 6 p.m. Danny, do you want to swap off? You can read 1 p.m.
Yeah, sure. So at 1 p.m. we've got the Revengers is what this event is called. And it is talk with your favorite heroes, Quiver, General Canada, Bronze Person, the Onyx Bride, and the Jolly Green Giant. I've heard of
Nice.
that one.
At 2 p.m., weirder stuff. You'll love finding out the juicy secrets of the Below Zone, where you meet the producers of the quirky Notflix series. All right?
3 p.m. Contest of Couches. Southerners? Southerners?
Southernos.
It feels very Australian. Southerners.
Bloody Southerners.
Comes to Comic-Con with maximum intensity. Join us in a deep dive into the building of this classic show and use what you know on a tough quiz. I don't know anything about it, and yet I want it.
Is this meant
It's
to
a
be
quiz.
like Westeros became Southernos? Contest of Couches,
That makes
Game
sense.
of Thrones. 4 p.m., The Quick. He's the fastest man in the world, and now he has his own film. Will Barty Alden go back to the past to rescue his mother Zora, or will he keep the timeline intact? Find out in a special jumbo IMAX showing.
To my understanding, from having not seen that, it is... I'm not sure if there was time travel or alternate dimensions. They seem to go back and forth.
Yeah, it seemed like a very confused movie.
5 p.m. Dr. Y. Who zips through history in his rhomboid box with his companions, saving organisms and visiting worlds both aquatic and Jovian? It's Dr. Y. Catch a look at 4 upcoming shows.
He's not Dr. Y, he's just the Doctor. Dr. Y is the name of the show. God, what a bad Comic-Con. And then 6 p.m., our banner refers to the Grim Reaper. That's our flag means death, I would assume. Who doesn't enjoy a sexy pirate comedy? Get a sneak peek at season 2 of this queer romantic series starring Tacky Waitini as Greenbeard and P. Starvey as Captain Z.
Now, hold on. I didn't keep looking. So, yeah, I only started properly paying attention at Contest of Couches. So, Revenge just seems pretty fair. Now, hold on. Quiver. That's fair. General Canada. Okay. Bronze Person. Iron Man.
Iron Man
Onyx Bride. Black Widow.
Black Widow
And Jolly Green Giant. Fair.
is the Hulk.
Okay.
I don't know where you're getting these connections from because these are totally different from what you're talking. These are totally different from what you're talking about.
Of course,
we
of
do not
course.
want to get sued.
Hey,
There was
everybody.
one more,
Anyone,
there was one
hey, so hold on. If you're a Marvel executive listening to this, sue the Weisses. Sue them right now.
Just have fun.
They're
Have fun with it. You like it, right?
they're infringing on your IP. Sue them.
What's the below zone? What's weirder stuff, the below zone?
Weirder stuff.
The Stranger
The-
Things.
Stranger Things. The under. What's it
The
called?
Upside Down?
The Upside Down.
Is that what it was?
I think
It's
it's
been
the
a
Upside
while.
Down. Yeah, we only watched the first season of Stranger Things.
But all right.
This seems like a bunch of fun references that do not help us in the moment. Maybe we should talk to a security guard, unless you think there's a puzzle here.
Oh, there'll definitely be a puzzle here, but
No.
perhaps not yet.
My experience with Scott and Em is correct. I don't think there's going to be any puzzles in this room at all. I don't think they like puzzles. Should we talk to a security guard?
You can, sure.
I talk to the security guard. I go up and I say, "Hey," and then I walk past them.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a sec. Can I see your ticket?
Yes, and I produce the ticket that I definitely have.
Oh, thank you.
This was easy.
See, no puzzles. They hate them.
Punches the ticket, and he punches a complicated pattern of holes in the ticket, and then she said,
Here you go. Enjoy the con. I'll be here if you need anything. And, you'll probably want a map. Hold on a sec.
Ooh,
All right, so we
maps are
have
good.
a map of the facility now. Wonderful.
Oh, there's so many things. Why are cons so big?
So we'll have entered from this entryway, and we can see to our left there's a kids area with a bouncy house and face paint. To our right is a LARPing area, beyond which is first aid and a card house.
Oh.
Is a card house a house for cards or of cards?
I don't know, you'll have to check it out and see.
We'll have to check it out. You're right. We just have a map. And then there's
Off
water.
to the left, a convenient water station.
And then above that, in the top left, a cosplay area, a signing room, above which is the security office, and then vendors. All of the whole top right corner is vendors, custom capes, miniatures, comic book vendors, the whole shebang.
I like that the cosplay area and the LARPing area have to be kept very far away from each other. They do not get along.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, cosplay area is where you hang around in costumes. LARPing area is where you hang around in costumes and people occasionally hit you with sticks.
And they also say, this is no costume.
This is no costume. I truly am the bronze person. This is an interesting one because we don't have a problem yet.
No, but we have a goal.
We have a goal, which is to get something signed.
Mm.
So let's head to the signing room.
Yeah, so you head over to the signing room, and the line is so long.
That matches my understanding of conventions in the signing areas.
But you do not think that you can sneak past the security guard that is by the entrance. But hold on, there's a sign by the door, and it says, "Priority entrance to those in full Dr. Dynamo costume." You have the approximate color scheme in your clothes, and at least you're wearing boots, but you're missing the most defining aspects of Dr. Dynamo's outfit. Maybe you can improvise.
Ooh. Now, you said we had an action figure with us. Can we have a look to get a proper refresh on what the costume entails?
Of course, that is in the chat. And then for reference, there's also a picture of what you look like in the chat in a second.
Okay, I didn't expect a picture of ourselves. All right, let's have a look at the
It's
toy
called
first,
Boring You.
right? Rude.
All right, so we've got Dr. Dynamo there.
Dr. Dynamo has white goggles with green eye pieces and a blue strap
Intriguing.
and curly, big black hair.
Nice lilac cape. Very purple outfit overall.
A red skirt, boots that have
Little lightning bolts.
lightning bolts on them.
Big DD on the shirt.
Yep, two big white breasts drawn onto their shirt. And then a staff with a lightning bolt.
Yeah, that's probably a key feature. Shall we
That's-
look at Boring You to compare?
Maybe we have a staff with a lightning bolt. Let's have a look.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
We are quite uncanny.
Yeah, first of all, we look exactly like Dr. Dynamo.
We can walk through and say, I'm currently in my more mortal form.
Yeah, we can just say, hey, I don't have my costume on, but I'm clearly the exact same character.
That's wild.
Full Dr. Dynamo costume. No,
All right.
no substitutions allowed.
So we have the purple clothes and the skirt. We said our clothes basically match the coloring anyway. We have the boots, but they're not labeled. Now, my first thought, Danny,
Mhm.
is our mask was white with a blue strap.
It was.
Is there any way to cut it down till it looks like eyepieces
Check
and,
the map.
and wear them? Oh yeah, is there a scissor station
The
at the,
thing
on the
that's
map?
labeled map.
I'm not sure. Maybe first aid we can get scissors.
And I'll point
things
out
like
that the goggles that Dr. Dynamo is wearing are clearly goggle-like. They're not like a mask or anything like that.
No.
They do seem to stick out a bit.
Okay,
like-
that's fair.
We need the letters. I assume we
need the
didn't happen
belt.
to be wearing a cape as well, right?
No.
Great.
All right, so we need a cape, a belt. We need. I'm gonna make a list so we can tick them off.
I did make a
Oh,
list.
you made the list? Okay, lovely.
Staff,
Yep.
lightning shoes,
Nice,
goggles,
nice.
DD,
Yep,
and cape.
nice. And we need a
Anything
belt
else?
as well.
Oh, belt.
We need a sun belt. All right, well, we have a series of goals.
I don't want to cover our eyes. Our eyes look fancy.
And all of this just to skip a line. Like we're better than everybody else. Where would you like to go first to achieve our goals?
The first thing that I see, I don't know if this is efficient from an escape room perspective, but the first one that I see, there is a place that is called Custom Capes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's
Feels
go to
like we might get a cape
You're
there.
right, let's go to the custom cape vendor in the vendor section.
Yeah, so you head over and you study the capes on display, and one of them is clearly a replica of Dr. Dynamo's. The proprietor of the booth comes over.
Oh, you're a Dr. Dynamo fan?
Yeah. Look at
See?
me. I am Dr.
You can
Dynamo.
tell by looking at me.
Fortunately for you, we're running a contest to win that cape. and no one has managed to crack my password yet.
So she hands you a piece of paper, and that piece of paper is in the chat.
This is way better than con prices.
Okay, so we could win a cape. We have a series of classic,
Oh, no. Very
crossword-looking
crosswordy clues. 2023 movie, 6. Fictional character, 410. That is a fancy 1, right?
yeah, I think so.
You're slightly closer than I am. Sacred object, 4-5. TV show, 7-5. World leader, 6-5. Those feel very broad as far as topics go right now. Are these going to be solvable as is? Or are we going to have to look around for bits and pieces? Yeah, see, you are flicking from the event schedule because it mentions so many pop culture things.
Yeah.
And seeing if there's anywhere that you can find crossover. Like weirder stuff for TV show.
Yeah, TV show 7-5 could be weirder stuff. That is a TV show.
So it could be doing the right thing.
Should we see if we can find all these on the Comic-Con event schedule?
I'm not sure if we can find all of them, but it's worth taking a look.
So, like, 2023 movie, presumably a 6-letter 2023 movie. It's not The Quick.
No, but that was movie. But yeah, maybe we'll see more.
Maybe. Yeah, there's not a full, like, obvious these things match just to that event schedule.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Okay, well, we'll leave this open, I guess.
But I like weirder stuff. Because, yeah,
True.
World Leader, I haven't seen any particular reference to world leaders yet, I don't think.
It's Barack Obama.
Uh-huh. Look, it could be.
It fits.
It does.
It's Barack Obama. Okay, yeah, I'm not quite sure. Sacred object,
How about
4-5.
fictional character? Should we look for a fictional character
Holy
that's
Grail
410?
is a sacred object.
That's true.
That's 4-5.
It could be.
Fictional character, I mean, 410, that's probably a lot.
Well, yeah, that's why I wanted to look at the event schedule, particularly, just to find out. But off the top of my head, everyone has very reasonable numbers of letters.
Yeah.
All right, we'll hold off.
Yeah, we'll hold off, I think.
Sadly, slink away and say we do not have your prerequisite knowledge just yet.
Yeah. We say, oh, we've solved these, but we'll give other people a chance to win the cape first. We don't want to be rude.
Oh, sure. That sounds nice of you, I think.
Awesome. Okay. Okay, so we've got a cape puzzle, but I'm not quite sure if we need more info.
Mm-hmm.
Where else do you want to go next?
Well, I don't see how water would help us, but I don't see how it wouldn't help us. Face paint area, we might just be able to paint the DD on our shirt.
Oh, that's fun.
Not impossible. But maybe we should take a break and bounce for a while first.
Let's head to the kids' area. And then if we need to specify, we can go to the bounce house just for fun.
Okay.
So you head over to the kids' area, and there are a lot of kids running around.
Oh, really?
Except for one who seems to be pouting in the corner. But there are 2 stations that catch your attention. There's the face paint station and an inflatable bouncy house.
Do we have moral responsibility to nod in acknowledgement to the sad kid?
No moral responsibility, but he's probably got a piece of a puzzle. Let's go talk to that sad kid.
Yep, so you head over to the kid. What are you saying?
Hey, kid. This is a world of pure imagination. Why are you so sad?
Oh, well, thanks for asking. I want to get my face made up to look like bronze person, but the lady at the face painting station doesn't know what they look like.
They're
What?
bronze. It's easy. They just put bronzer on. We'll fix this for you. Okay, don't worry. You leave it to us.
Oh,
How good are we at painting?
We don't need to paint bronze person. I wonder if we could go back to the miniatures section or the comic book vendors to find a reference image of bronze person.
That's fair.
Shall we do that?
Well, I don't want to just jump back and forth following one quest right now.
Okay,
I want to
but
get
then-
a bit more of a holistic
All right.
view
Well,
of
then
things.
let's have a look at the bouncy house while we're here.
Yeah.
So you head over to the bouncy house, and it is a pretty realistic replica of Castle White Femur. Kids are diving in and out of it, and the person at the entrance is doing his best to maintain order. You look through the plastic windows, and you notice something in the corner. A belt, just like Dr. Dynamo wears. How did
Ooh.
it get there? It doesn't matter. You just need to get it.
Can we bounce over and steal it?
Are we allowed to bounce?
Can we take our boots off and bounce over and steal
oh, no,
it?
someone's going to steal our boots.
Can we take our boots off and hold them under our arm and then bounce over and steal it?
We are also not a child. We
Can
might
we
just not be
can we
allowed.
squat down, take our boots off, put them under our arm, say, "Excuse me, I'm a big baby," and then jump over and steal it?
the man looks at you and says, You are not a kid. Kids only. You're not going to fit in there.
All right, happy kid equals belt. We gotta cheer up a child so he can steal us a belt.
Do you like my castle white femur?
Perfect.
This is why you draw.
Hey, if you're listening to this, whoever owns the IP for the Masters of the Universe, sue the Weisses.
It's not. What are you talking about? It's Castle White Femur.
I don't even know what franchise you're talking about.
It's He-Man. It's Castle Grayskull.
I knew what franchise we were talking
Yeah, you
about.
shouldn't have lied to me then.
He's going to be mean. He's going to edit it, what we say. So it sounds
Yeah,
like Grayskull.
Put in
Ideas.
Yeah, you just said the word Grayskull. That's going in every time now.
I'm gonna edit in so you're just like, it's Castle Grayskull, an IP that I own. Like, haha, got him. Okay, so first of all, I think we need to go over that for the sad kid, and we'll say, hey kid, we're gonna fix your problem, but in return, once you're all bronzed up,
We're recruiting you.
you gotta steal us a belt. All right?
You like superhero stuff.
Sounds fair to me. You have a deal.
We've got you in our notes. We'll come back to you. Do you want to check out
This is how Nick Fury works. He
I
just
think-
has to make them a little bit happy and then they join him.
exactly? I don't think we need to talk to the face paint person because I imagine it would just be I don't know what it looks like, and then we'll go and get a reference anyway. But do you want to talk to them first?
Probably worth seeing if there's anything else we should know.
Yeah,
It
maybe
might
they're-
not just be about this child.
You're right. Okay, let's go over and go to the face painting area.
Yeah, so the teenager that is staffing the station looks pretty bored. She doesn't have any customers right now, and there's no one sitting in her chair.
All right, this is a dead end.
I say, hey, teenager,
Yeah.
you don't know what bronze person looks like?
Look, I'm totally at a loss about comic books or superheroes. This is just a temp gig. I am pretty good at face painting, though, if I can see a picture of what I'm supposed to be painting.
Okay, would you prefer a picture or a small scale model of the thing that you need to be painting?
Picture's fine.
Yeah, okay, cool. We'll get you a picture.
Faces are 2D, so makes sense.
That's true. Okay, see you soon.
There must be like 80 bronze people walking around here. None of them coming into the kids area.
No, after the scandal on Twitter, no one's dressing as bronze person anymore. Kid's just too innocent. You should have seen what bronze person posted in character. It was not good. Okay, do we want to go try and find a picture of bronze person?
Yeah, makes sense. We'll go back to the vendor area.
Yeah, can we get to where the comic books are at the vendor area?
So you wander past booths with boxes of comics that are eagerly being pawed through by fans. One booth is a little less crowded, so you pause to take a look. It has a set of 5 almost 40-year-old comics on display, and they are classics. So those covers are now in the chat.
Oh, that sounds like they're expensive.
Comic
Ooh.
book covers. Ooh, it's like a little slideshow. All right, there are 5 of these. Do you want to swap off
Yeah.
description? All right, you can do number 1.
Oh, okay. So this is Bronze and Friends. This feels like a goldmine for what we need already. And it's got Bronze Men. There is a train running along this train track, a nice classic old steam train, but there is a very substantial hole in the track. And Bronze Man, I assume, bronze person, you're right. It just says bronze on the cover. I forgot. Says, we need to get the league together to fix this.
And it's looking like they caused the problem, right? Like, the look on their face says this is all going according to plan.
And that's why no one wants to be bronze person.
Yeah, no one dresses up as bronze person. It's like, they just keep crashing trains?
Look, it was issue number 2. They hadn't entirely worked out where they wanted this character to go.
True, start as an anti-hero. Next one is the February 1985 issue number 2 of Buzz Ted. And it features a bee putting a little purple person into jail. A purple cyclops is going to jail. They've been buzzed.
Now, I don't see a horn, so it's not the purple people eater.
Not just a random little purple person.
Okay, we're at January 1985, issue number 6 for Cape Tales. We've got a couple of caped crusaders flying around and a very sad-looking sheep with a bomb strapped to it. Or the sheep is the bomb, and it's just got a timer strapped to it.
Either way.
And what is that on the ground next to the sheep? Discarded wool? Snowcap.
A little rock.
Little rock. Could be. Anyway, the one in the bluer cape says, it's about to go off. And the pink cape person is saying, And
Why-
the sheep has a speech bubble, but it's a sheep, so it's empty.
I read the dialogue of this cover before I interpreted that there was a bomb on the sheep. So I just thought they were like saying, oh man, it's going to get real cool and it's going to get real hectic, this party. It's about to go off.
80s slang.
That's what I thought. Next, there is a May 1985 issue, number 3, E-Crew Saves the Day. There are that'd be 1 ton, right? 2,000 pounds is 1 ton?
I don't know.
I think that's 1
I
ton.
truly don't know.
And it is falling onto a woman with an E on their stomach in an orange dress with a blue cape, who says, don't worry about me, catch the bad guy. But their face says, please worry about me. Oh my God. I'm facing my mortality. 2,000 pounds are about to crush me.
You're already doing a lot better at interpreting this, because obviously that is a weight of some sort about to fall on them.
But it does look like a sign labeling them as being 2,000 pounds.
I thought it was a sign, but the down arrows made me assume that they were standing on some sort of scale and have massive weight manipulation powers.
Maybe they
And they just
do.
made everything weigh 2,000 pounds less.
I love it.
Not quite as scary, though.
No.
Doesn't explain the distressed expression.
And then the final one, Danny?
Oh, nice. I love it. March 1985, issue 10. This one's called Origin Stories. It's Purple Crab person.
Yep.
Not firing, but holding, threateningly, laser gun at administrative worker with a bank, a $sign bag beside them. And Purple Crab is saying, drat, it isn't a hit. And administrative worker is saying, eee!
And there's a splat beside them as if the person has missed them.
Oh, I see. That's what it is. Okay, so
I'm
it's not so
assuming
lasery.
They're saying,
It's-
drat, it isn't a hit because they've missed.
Yeah.
Or the bag of money is for a recording deal, and they did a song, and this person is an admin of the record company, but it turned out it wasn't a hit, so this person has come back angrily to shoot them.
Intriguing.
So obviously we can try and get one of these to get a picture of Bronze
Yeah, it
and
feels
Friends.
like immediately Bronze and Friends.
But why would there
Bronze
be
person
4
is
other
what we
things
need.
unless they were relevant?
Yeah.
Or maybe to make this unrelevant,
and
as they say.
The dates really strike me as having been chosen for a reason. So I wondered if it was like, issue 6, we need to pick the 6th word and then put them in chronological order by release date. And that will spell something for us.
Well, let's do that as well. Why not? That's a fun little puzzle. April 1985, issue 2 would be the second letter of Bronze and Friends is R.
Oh, you were going with titles and letters. I was going with dialogue and words.
Oh, yeah. Or need. Okay, let's go need. So they need. We have February 1985, so that's earlier.
But this one's not saying anything.
It's going to say Ted.
Yeah, it's just going to say Ted.
Issue number 2 is the Ted of Buzz Ted.
Ted need.
We've got issue number 6, January 1985, so it's even earlier. It's about to
That would
go
be,
off. Okay, this doesn't feel like it's anything, but we'll just check. So far we have Ted need.
Not impossible.
May, so it's after April,
Mm-hmm.
and it's issue number 3, which is about.
Yeah, it's not convincing.
I don't think it's the dialogue. And then
Yeah,
issue
there
number
aren't 10. There aren't even 10 words.
Okay, so maybe we go letters.
All right, try the January.
January. Issue number 6 is the A in Cape Tales.
Why not?
February. Issue number 2 is the U
AU. Those letters do go together sometimes.
in Buzz Ted.
Those are March.
March. Issue number 10 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. R in
This is
Origin
still believable.
Stories. Then April. Issue number 2 is R again.
Hmm.
And then issue number 3 is R.
That's a lot of R's.
So it's either Ted blank need about, or it's R, or we should not try and do these puzzles, and we should just buy Bronze and Friends. I say, excuse me, vendor, may I purchase Bronze and Friends from you?
Oh, that's a great choice. That'll be $5,000.
Yeah, assumed as much.
Hey, vendor, what's that behind you?
The wall.
Damn, he already knows. Can I just borrow it for a second? I just need to make a kid happy.
It's $5,000. I'm not going to let you just walk away with it. Why do you need it?
Well, there's a person who's painting kids' faces who doesn't know what bronze... Can I just have a picture of Bronze Man? Do you have any other pictures of Bronze Man?
Sure.
All right.
Digs out, pulls out a old comic cover and hands it to you.
Awesome. That solved my problem.
Well, does it? Just make sure.
Does it look like Bronze Man?
Yes.
Person?
Bronze person, rather?
Bronze person. Yes, it does.
All
or
right.
you could just use your phone and taking a picture
I
of it.
considered that, but I thought if these are such amazing artworks as to be worth $5,000, they might not like flash photography.
All right, brilliant. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
And we can leave. That makes it seem like there's definitely a puzzle. Ted, need about Okay. Well, can we take a picture back to the person who does the face painting?
Yeah.
I say, keep this with you for the moment. I'm going to bring you a child.
Ah.
Okay, sure. Sounds a little sketchy, but all right.
All right. Can we bring them? Shall we bring the child?
Well, let the child bring themselves.
No, we pick up the child and we plop them down in the seat.
So now you're the security after you.
All right. Yep, you have the kid in the chair, and
Paint me a bronze person of this child.
So yeah, in a few minutes, she has a pretty good replica of bronze person's face on the child's face. Yeah.
all right.
There
Thank
go.
you,
That works.
he says. Now, what did you say you needed from
Yeah,
me?
kid. Don't forget our part of the
You're
deal.
in now.
You're in now. We need you to bounce, kid.
Just go in the bouncy house. That's it.
And you see in there, there's a belt hanging up in the corner. We need you to steal that belt. It's a heist.
Okay. If you say so.
You must bring me. Take any other treasures you want, but the belt is mine.
I'm glad this kid understood that when you said you gotta bounce, you didn't mean leave.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, the kid narrows his eyes at you, but he goes inside the bouncy house, and a few minutes later, you're a little worried he's just not going to come out. But he does come out eventually with the belt and just throws it at you and then goes back inside the bouncy house. So now you have a belt.
I'm gonna tick that off.
The belt is fairly elastic, so it'll fit easily around your waist, and it's a perfect replica of Dr. Diamond.
Perfect.
Perfect. Belt attained.
1 out of 6. Where would you like to go next? What do you think the next good step is?
Well,
We
yeah,
are definitely attaining pieces of puzzles.
It feels like we've done the whole kids area.
Should-
I reckon if anyone's going to have a staff with a lightning bolt on it, it's the LARPers.
Okay, that's fair.
So let's head to the LARPing area and see if we can spy anything that looks appropriate for our costume.
Yep, so you head over to the LARPing area, and there is a woman wearing dark, flowing robes, and she is standing in the middle of a crowd of people. She is holding a tall staff with a lightning bolt on top, and that is definitely a Dr. Dynamo staff.
Jackpot.
What a coincidence. Anyways, a man in a tunic stands up.
To win the Staff of Destiny, you must defeat our champion. The challenger will give a word of power, and the champion will respond. The one with the winning word gets the staff. Remember, there are 3 different kinds of power, each counteracting another. Do we have any brave challengers?
I put my hand up.
Several hands shoot up, and he does not choose you. I'm so sorry.
I kill them all. Okay, no, please. Let's observe what happens.
So, he picks a random person that's not you.
My word is rapscallion.
The champion laughs at the challenger.
And mine is bully. Bully. The champion wins.
So the referee chooses another one of the hands,
Well, I'll use bully then.
and the champion is very unimpressed at this.
Well, my word is selfless. Selfless. Win for the champion, and no more word reuse in this competition.
So another one is picked.
Parsnip.
Champion sneers.
Rutabaga. Victory for the champion.
And then the next person,
How about, cat?
the referee says,
That is not a word of power. You are disqualified.
And the crowd boos at this.
Boo, boo.
You suck, idiot.
Intriguing.
Right. I choose Timon. Timon.
The champion shouts.
Falstaff. Falstaff. Another win for the champion.
Another competitor confidently yells.
My word is roach. Roach.
And someone nearby murmurs.
Ooh, a double word of power.
Ooh.
The champion smirk.
Well, my double word is eagle. Eagle. The champion is victorious.
And now there are no more hands in the crowd. Everyone is scared of this champion. So the champion raises her staff.
Is there no one wise enough to truly challenge me?
The person next to you whispers.
Only a triple word of power will be enough to defeat her. So
Yeah.
just to review what happened, Rapscallion was defeated by Bully.
Mm-hmm.
Bully was defeated by Selfless. Parsnip was defeated by Rutabaga.
How do you spell rutabaga?
Rutabaga.
B-A-G-A.
What did you have?
Cat
I had
was
an E.
okay. Cat was not a word of power. Timon was defeated by Falstaff, and the double word roach was defeated by the double word eagle.
Let us discuss what we think the rules of this game are. My first thought when I saw a double word, I was like, oh, roach has two vowels together, as does eagle.
Mm,
But so did rapscallion,
yeah.
and that was not a double word.
That's true. Whereas all I could think of when looking at roach was, oh yeah, that's got two pairs of letters that like work together to make their sound. But that doesn't do much either, I don't think.
Hmm.
Oh man, what are we seeing here?
I mean, eagle sort of does.
Yeah, but
And I'll point out that you are welcome to give words to try to challenge the champion and see what happens.
this is true.
We might, I think there's still need a little bit of time to dissect what we've had, but we will give,
Okay,
that's a
just
good
letting
point.
you know your options.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all.
Cat is not a word of power.
Mm.
What is cat missing that all these other words have?
Yeah, what does bully have that cat doesn't? What does eagle have
Ooh.
that cat doesn't? You got something?
No, I don't. I went like rapscallion has a double letter, bully has a double letter, selfless has multiple letters that are doubled, and parsnip has two P's. Rutabaga has lots of A's, but Timon doesn't have any doubles. So the doubles are not required. There's no, and obviously roach doesn't. That's somehow a double word of power.
What's wrong with cat?
It is not about anagrams, because cat can be anagrammed out the wazoo, by which I mean there's at least one I can see straight away, which is act.
Yeah, I was definitely looking for like shorter words within them, but cat can still technically do that. It's not
Yeah,
a
it's
very
got
long
at
word
and
inside
a.
it, but
It's as good as Timon having on and I'm.
mm,
Selfless is better than bully, but bully is better than rapscallion. Rapscallion and bully both have a double L, but
Mm.
then selfless also has two L's.
and then a double S.
And a double, well, yeah, and double S, and
Actually,
another S, and a double E.
lots of two
but
letters.
it wasn't shocking as a double
No.
word of power.
No, roach and eagle were, and I don't know what is special about them.
Do you want to say a random word and see what it is? Like cat was not a word of power
Hmm.
whatsoever. What if we challenged with dog?
Because then we'll get disqualified if we're wrong.
No, we were just told we can fail if we need to.
We'll just tell our neighbor to do it.
Yeah, let's go to our neighbor and say, hey, say dog. It's a secret strategy. Say dog.
Okay. Dog? That is not a word of power. Boo, boo.
You idiot. Shame.
Don't worry, man, we're building something.
Okay, dog is not a word of power.
No, which, fair enough. What about warthog? That's like dog.
Okay, we
but
go up to someone
better.
else and we say, hey, lady, say warthog.
Trust me.
Trust me, it's the best one.
You do it.
No, say it.
They don't trust you after what you just did.
What do you mean? I didn't do anything. That weird guy said dog like an idiot.
Oh, well, I feel like he just told me that you told him to say that. So
No.
I don't
You
know
misheard.
to trust you.
All right, where's our child prodigy?
Yeah, let's get that kid from the bounce house and say, hey, you owe us a favor. Say
He's
warthog.
gone.
All right,
Yeah,
we'll say
yeah.
warthog and we'll fail.
All right.
I say warthog.
That is not a word of power.
Interesting.
Boo.
Check the rules. It is.
All right. Checking the rules. It is not a word of power. Boo.
Power
And there were, 3 kinds of power, whatever they may be.
Oh yeah, there are 3 kinds of power. Are they just 3 letters that are allowed?
Seems unlikely.
And then a double word of power has 2 of those letters in it? So eagle and roach each have 2. Like, the L, I think, must be a word of a letter of power. If that is the case, right? Because bully had the L's. But it also... No, but that can't be true. Because otherwise, the only way for bully to beat rapscallion, or for selfless to beat bully, would be to have more of the letter of power, I would assume. Why else would bully beat rapscallion? It can't be like L is powerful, because rapscallion has 2 L's. Unless it's like, oh, it's more powerful, but if you have fewer letters to get that power, it's better. But then selfless beats bully. So I'm not quite sure.
It feels like there's a lot of information here, and I'm just, not pausing any of it because my brain's not working.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's like, we've got so much to think about. Is it to do with, like, semantic meanings of words? Probably not, because some animals are fine and others aren't. Is it to do with what letters they use? Maybe there are 3 types of letters that are acceptable, but it's hard to then determine what winning is. And they all have letters. It's hard to come up with 26 different 1-letter words to see which ones are going to be words of power. Is it to do with length of word? Not always, or not in a clear way where shorter words beat longer words. Somehow, roach is a double word of power.
Yeah.
What could roach double?
There are similar words to roach that we could just try throwing out to see what changes. Like, say, what if we just yell the word ranch?
Or coach?
Yeah, and see what happens.
Do you want to see what happens?
I guess.
What is coach?
The champion thinks for a second. My word is torrent. Torrent. Win for the champion.
Torrent beats coach.
But coach was acceptable.
But coach is a word of power. Coach going to roach is the difference between a single and a double word of power. Coach is single, roach is double. Torrent beats coach. It scores higher on the word of power system.
Just a reminder that he said that there are 3 different kinds of power, each counteracting another.
Oh, that's right. It's like a scissor, paper, rock.
I was thinking scissors, paper, rock
So
at
it's
the
like-
start, but it's still not.
So is it letters, but certain letters beat other letters? We had one thing in our word, and it was beaten by torrent. Now, the thing that changed is that if it is letters, right, that makes R a letter of power, right?
But then warthog didn't count, so can't be just
Oh,
that.
okay, R is not a letter of power. There's not letters of power. So R is irrelevant. But if you get rid of an R from roach and make it coach, it is now lost one of its stages of power. So how does that make any sense? It can't be about the letters, it feels. Like, losing R to C loses power, but R is not powerful, nor is C powerful. But R itself does not make something a word of power, because unless starting with R is powerful. Like rapscallion started with R.
Yeah, I considered that. Like, I was trying to think, oh yeah, like if we're talking scissors, paper, rock, hey, that starts with R, like rock. But I can't make things out of that with many of them.
And there's only 3 types, but there's been more than 3 starting letters. So I think perhaps
Exactly.
starts with R might be its own thing. That's the power that rutabaga, rapscallion, roach all have.
Maybe.
Cat was not a word of power.
Can we try rat?
The champion says, my word is stack. Win for the champion. S-T-A-C-K, by the way.
So yeah, definitely good.
Starts with R,
Definitely
has been beaten by
beatable.
bully and by stack. Is there any
And
similarity?
eagle.
Yeah, but eagle is a double, so I didn't want to engage too much with that because one part of eagle might be beating roach.
Mm.
Is there anything that is similar between bully and stack? What about bull? It's not bully, it's just bull.
Not a word of power.
What about pulley, but that's got an EY at the end?
Not a word of power.
Okay, so bull is a word of power. A bully is a word of power, right?
But not bull or pull
The
or
fact
pulling.
that it has a B, a U, an L, and a Y, all irrelevant, because none of those make a word of power.
Mhm.
The fact that it's 2 syllables, irrelevant. The fact that it starts with B, irrelevant. The fact that it ends with Y, irrelevant. The fact that it rhymes with anything possible, irrelevant.
If someone in the audience raises their hand and says, I try bulls, Bulls, the champion says, my word is cardiac, Cardiac.
It looks like 5 letters is something. 5 letters is greater than R. Eagle and roach were both 5 letters long.
True.
They were doubles because one started with an R and then whatever eagle is. Bully is 5 letters. Cat is not. Dog is not. Coach is, which is why it was still a word of power. The only thing it had was being 5 letters long. It was beaten by whatever torrent has, which we haven't figured out yet.
My
But
only other
stack
thing
and
is
chair, both 5 letters long, beat whatever starts with R.
things that start and end with the same letter.
Torrent,
They've been doing all right.
eagle. Okay, start and end. So we need something that starts with R, is 5 letters long, and starts and ends with the same letter, presumably R. Like...
An American rumor.
Yeah, but we're not going to stoop to that. That's a 6-letter word.
Rotor.
Rota, that's fine. Yeah, we'll go for rota.
The champion opens her mouth and closes it. She frowns.
A triple word of power. I cannot defeat it.
The crowd gasps.
Fool! Give me your staff!
She just throws the staff at you. You have a staff now in your possession.
This is now yours to wield. And by the way, there's a little button on the side so you can collapse or extend it as necessary. At over 6 feet long, it's a little unwieldy.
Nice.
That's fair.
So the referee comes out and says,
This ends today's contest. Come back later for Fighters versus Wizards.
the crowd disperses and there's nothing left for you over here, but you have another piece of the costume.
Yay!
Amazing.
We have another piece. What do we need? What do we still have to tick off, Danny?
We still need some lightning on our shoes.
Nice.
We need to dismantle our masks to turn them into goggles.
Okay.
We need a DD on our shirt, and we need this cape with the crossword clues.
I think the goggles thing, because we were told like they look like actual goggles, not a cut-up
Yeah.
mask. I think what it will be is we might find goggles with the wrong strap, and we just use the strap part of our mask. Perhaps.
That's fair.
Um,
Well, do you think we should go to the cosplay area? Might find goggles.
yeah, let's go to the cosplay area.
You head over to the cosplay area and admire the ingenuity of all the costumes. You don't see any Dr. Dynamos, though. They're probably all up to signing. One person, however, has an amazing No-Can the Darkdarian costume. And wait, is that a real sword? It looks incredibly sharp. How did he get that past security? As you watch, a pair of security guards in their bright blue outfits walk past, and No-Can swiftly hides the sword under his tunic. He must be concerned about it being confiscated.
Interesting.
So if we can get a blue security guard outfit, we could steal his sword.
And why do we want the sword?
Don't know yet, but it's a good thing to tuck into our back pocket.
Right. I think that we should take a moment. We were talking about potentially like getting a security guard outfit and things like that. Might be able to get that at the security office.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should look at some of the little things to get some inspiration from them.
Yeah, we haven't checked the entryway
I suppose that's true.
or the water. Or
Yeah,
the first aid
I'm
card.
really intrigued by this water.
Okay, let's check out the water. We're right next to it anyway.
Okay, you head over to the water, and there are 2 water coolers here with a huge supply of cheap, transparent plastic cups. And on the wall above the 3 coolers are 3 coming attractions posters. And the link to those posters is in the chat.
And cups of water be made to look like goggles.
All right. Coming attractions poster.
Yeah, we've got 3 of them. Ooh, Goblet Quest 2. To continue the quest, one must become 2. Coming 8/2/2024.
Okay.
Is that a movie we should be paying attention to?
Macbeth 3, The Witch's Revenge. Get ready, the 3 witches are adding a 4th. That's the second one that's talking about changing numbers.
Yeah,
Coming soon, 7/4/2024.
you make a good point.
And the last one?
Pokemad. Those who start messing with him live to regret it. It's like Blood and Honey, but the Pokemon version.
Yeah, it's a Jigglypuff with a big sword. The Macbeth one was also 4 witches flying around in silhouette. They're different colours, a pink one,
Very nice.
a dark blue one, a lilac one, and a red one. And there's like a big magical orb floating above their heads.
Yeah, that's true.
And the Goblet Quest art was a goblet full of water flying around with power up shininess around it, and what looks like a dark forest pathway. I'm not quite sure. I don't know what to do about these guys.
No, they are trickily cryptic at this stage.
And the Pokemad one does not seem to reference any numbers changing.
Not directly, no. I think that I want to keep looking at things. I want to look at everything so that I can feel like I can hone in on the areas later.
Let's keep looking. So let's go to the first aid booth.
Yep. Let's look around at all the little things.
You head to the first aid booth, and how can this station not be staffed? It's gotta be a health violation. Plus, the first aid kit is locked with a 6-letter lock. You really should go complain.
Okay. I don't know what the code will be there. Do you want to keep looking around?
I guess so.
There's a card house nearby.
Sure.
So there are several impressively tall and intricate structures already built. On one nearby table, covered with a velvet tablecloth that reaches the floor, a man has seemingly just begun a new house. He's only got a couple of levels done. Nearly all the cards he's using are regular playing cards, but one on the bottom level appears to be a laminated key card with the word security on it.
Ooh.
I say, hey man, you've only just started building that house. Could I take the key card that you're using there?
What? That card is foundational to the entire structure. There is no way to remove it. You'd have to get it after the convention is over.
Hey man, you've built a house of cards for a card building competition using a non-regular, what's the word?
Regulation?
Yeah, that's it. A non-regulation base card. You want that secret to be found out by the Card House Building Association? You'll be banned for life.
I am the president of the Card House Building Association.
And you want people to see you
know.
abusing your power like this? Oh, rules for thee, but not for me. You all have to use regular bicycle cards. Oh, I'm just going to use glue and scissors. Get out of here. You're a disgrace to your station.
Just shakes his head at you and goes back to what he was doing.
Okay, so do we need to make this house fall over so that he'll have to give up and we can take it then?
I mean, that seems easy enough to do.
Yeah.
But too easy.
Too easy.
And he's only just started, so just like knocking down what little layer he's got probably won't have a huge impact.
Because I do want that security card so I can steal a sword, but I just don't know why I want a sword yet.
Assuming that that is even what will do it.
Yeah, true.
Right. So we assume that the security area now is something that we need this card to get into.
Yeah, we can maybe go check, but I'm assuming we'll be rebuffed by not having a card. Should we quickly go to the security office?
Quick chance it.
So you head over to the security office, and the door is labeled security office, employees only, and it is locked with a card reader.
Right.
Cool.
Okay, now the only thing that I feel like we haven't looked at is the miniatures.
Yeah, we haven't seen the miniatures vendor. Can we go over to the miniatures vendor?
The booth has a sign saying, "Be back in 1 hour." You don't have that kind of time, though, and there is a box on the counter that appears to have supplies in it, locked with a 5-digit combination lock.
Okay, so we've got a lot of puzzles to do instead. Should we try and win this cape again?
I think so.
We've now looked around and we haven't seen too much that's going to help us with this.
I haven't noticed much. Again, now that we've seen more things than just the event schedule, any other fictional character names come up?
I don't think so. 5 clues, which means it may have to do with the minis. Were there 5 comic book covers?
Oh, yeah, there were 5 of those as well.
AURRR, Ted Need About?
Oh, boy, okay. So, can you stick to the January one?
Sure. January, Cape Tales.
Right.
It's 4-5.
Now, what was the first clue on the contest clues? 2023 movie.
Yes.
Anything that we can see related to it, like anything written in the text of that comic book cover that can relate to that?
2 people dealing with I don't think so.
Why isn't the sheep saying anything?
What would a sheep say?
Exactly.
They say bar.
Who did you say the world leader might be, Bill? Do you remember?
Appreciate it.
Barack
Yeah,
Obama.
I was thinking about that, because that's got a bar in it. How about we look at the number 3, because that's the one that didn't have any dialogue on it.
No
I
dialogue.
called
It
number
says
3.
Buzz Ted. There is a bee person, a jail, and a little purple Cyclops lady. It is February 1985, issue 2. somehow relates to either 2023 movie 6 letters, fictional character 410, sacred object 45, which felt like Holy Grail, TV show 75, Holy Grail, and someone has a big E on their shirt. This is this lady.
Oh, I see.
E crew saves the day.
Hmm.
There's a ton falling on her. Downton Abbey. TV show.
Interesting.
Downton Abbey. The TV show is Downton Abbey. This is Downton, and this person has an E on them.
Okay, that's interesting. Good work knowing that that was a ton then.
But there's Downton Abbey connects to this. But Downton Abbey is just, like, still isn't quite, like, Downton is there, and a person with an E on them.
Maybe think Nab, Downton Nab. You see Nab in there somewhere, sort of?
You think that, Catch the Bad Guy is Nab?
That's true. Okay. So a combination of the pictures and working with the dialogue. Interesting. Okay, so what would that mean for the sheep one?
So if we think that's Barack Obama, but all we have to connect Barack Obama to Cape Tails, it's about to go off, bomb sheep, is that a sheep might say bar. I don't even know if that's the bar from Barack or the bar from Obama.
I'm going to guess it's the bar from Barack because I'm going to guess that if we accent it, bomb sounds like balm.
Oh, yeah, that's not true for me. Bomb and bar, and that maybe?
And then they're saying afterwards.
Bomb and balm is the same. And then they're saying
Mm-hmm. So that would get us Balmer. So we're missing Racco.
We're missing Racco.
Barack.
Oh, this
rock. Accents.
Yeah, none of that fits at all in an Australian accent.
Okay.
Rock and
Bar.
Okay.
Rock. Did we have an O?
no.
It's like that rare occasion in a normal cryptic crossword where you've got the answer and you've got 3/4 of how to get there and you just can't find, wait, where did those last couple of letters come from?
Well, yeah, we're just missing the O at the start of Obama.
Ah.
I mean, I see zeros on a timer.
Well, sometimes you could say 0 is O.
That's
So,
fair.
you know.
Okay. All right, so we're just looking for features that we can see to make them work.
Well, now we've done TV show and world leader.
Great. Okay.
Sacred object is probably Holy Grail.
Yeah. So where do we think that is? There is a hole in that train track.
Yeah, the train track has a hole in it.
League. Whole league. Rail.
Whole league
Okay.
and rail. Okay.
Whoa. All right.
So now we need a fictional character and a 2023 movie from Buzz, Ted, and Origin Stories.
This one has so much more going on. It's got to be the fictional character, right?
Miss
Yes.
isn't a hit. That's why they didn't say I missed.
Yeah.
Because we want to get Miss from it.
Mm-hmm.
Miss E. Elliott. And this is either a 2023 movie or a fictional character.
It's got to be the fictional character. It's got Miss at the start.
Missed her, E. He
Oh,
missed her,
no.
so it's mystery.
It's lots of E's as well. Is it more likely to be
Mysteries.
mysteries? Is that a better number of letters? No, that's only 9. I liked Miss. Okay, there's money. There is a bag of money.
Cash. Miss Cash.
Miss Moneybags E.
Miss Money Penny.
There is a pen.
Pen E.
Ah.
That's a fictional character.
That
Miss
is
Money
the
Penny.
right number of letters. Sorry, I just had to count in my head.
Miss Money Penny.
And now we've just got to do.
We
the
have to turn
Buzzted.
BuzzTed into a 2023 movie. It's B movie.
I don't know what came out last year.
This is Nabby. This is Nabby. This is
Okay. It's a B-man person arresting.
Maybe one of the biggest movies of 2023,
You
probably
would think.
internationally.
You would think so, wouldn't you? We saw
Dune.
2 movies in 2023.
What movies came out in 2023?
Across the Spider-Verse and the other one
Poor
that
things.
we saw.
That came out this year.
Oh, who can say
can't
when it
keep
comes
track.
to
Maybe
the
it was
start of
last
the
year.
year? It was a big movie that came out last year. The second Avatar? I have no idea.
Bigger than
Wonka?
that.
What came out last year?
I'm gonna have to, I have no memories of movies that came out. Once it's been more than a month, it's all the same time.
This is
Every
a
movie came out
bee
the same year.
person. A bee person arresting an alien. How do we get words out of that, or a single word out of that?
There
Dragons
was a
last
big
year. or the
opening
year before.
weekend when it was there, when there were 2 big movies coming out at the same time.
Oh, it's Barbie. Okay.
We did see that. That was one of the 2 movies.
So these were the clues that led us to answer the contest clues, which we can just give those answers to the guy. Can we go up to the guy with the cape and be like, "Hey man, Barbie, Miss Moneypenny, Holy Grail, Downton Abbey, Barack Obama"?
I'm looking for a single word answer.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, you should have told me that, cape guy. You
I
probably
told
did.
you I wanted a password.
Yeah, you didn't say how
Could have
long
been
it
a
was.
long password.
Hey,
What's your internet security like? That if you have a password, it's a single word in English. That's terrible, man. You need at least a number and a special character in there.
All right, so now do we have to pay attention to the issue numbers and things like that?
Yes. So now we order them in order of issue number, and the number is the letter of that answer. That's
Let's
what I'm
try
going to say. So we start with the 6th letter of Barack Obama.
Okay?
Okay. We then have the 2nd letter
A.
of Barbie. We then have the 10th letter of Miss Moneypenny.
He?
Yep. We then have the 2nd letter of
Holy Grail.
Holy Grail. Oh. And the 3rd letter of Downton Abbey, which is W, it's Kapow.
We
I
punch
punch
them
him.
in the face.
We punch him in the face.
And we make sure that the sound effects come up appropriately.
So now you're the second time security's coming after you.
You had to know this was coming, friend.
I mean, yeah. So
I don't know. You punched him in the face. Yeah. You say kapow.
We say Kapow, and we punch him in the face.
All right. Well, after he stands up and says, "All right, fine, I'll give you the cape." He gives you
I
the
feel like
cape.
consider just not giving it to you because of that. But
We solved his puzzles.
Fair and
He's
square.
bound by the ancient laws.
you do have a cape, slightly belted cape in your possession.
Okay. Can be
Yeah.
ticked off cape.
Great. Unfortunately, I don't know if that did bring us any closer to this 5-digit
No,
lock.
it seems to be completely unrelated to the 5-digit
Intriguing.
lock. A person's back in it. Maybe that's what we need a sword for. We'll never find the combo, but we can pry open the box with a stolen sword. So what are we doing here? Like, we have the posters on the coming attractions.
Coming attractions, we
There
have
are
not
3
solved that.
posters. I have no idea what this connects to, these coming attractions. 1 must become 2, 3 add a 4th, and then a Pokemon. Yeah, and they all have dates which contain some of the numbers that they mentioned for the ones that mention numbers, but that's not necessarily relevant. Like, to continue the quest, 1 must become 2, coming 8/2/2024, and 3 witches are adding a 4th, and we have 7/4/2024, and then 3/5/2024
Mm.
for Pokemon. So we have dates. We had a 6-letter lock, but
You're not going to get much of a letter out of 0 in 2024.
no. Yes, I don't know what these connect to. We haven't had a look at the plastic water cups. I don't know if there's any reason to. Is there anything closer to examine with a cup of water?
They are cheap, transparent plastic cups.
Yeah. Do you have any need for a cheap, transparent plastic cup?
Making goggles out of them. I'm taking 2 cups of water.
Yeah, take 2 cups of water. But that,
Filled with water, or are they just cups?
At first, they're filled with water.
yeah, fill them with water.
I put them on my eyes, and I put my mask on backwards so that the straps hold them in place.
I
But
don't
I'm
think those will
covering my
look like
face.
goggles.
They kind of look like goggles, but they don't stay on your face.
See? That's what we need a sword for. To pierce them, to be able to get elastic through them.
Maybe. It's pretty intense use of a sword. Or unintense use of a very intense sword.
Can we just use the face paint stand to, like, draw?
I was on our shoes. I was thinking a similar thing.
Or on our shirt?
Can we either find the white and red paints required to put DD on our shirt, or the yellow paint required to paint our boots.
Oh, are you trying to do the Dr. Dynamo costume contest?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that the costume itself has kind of raised DDs on it. They wouldn't look very good painted on that shirt.
What about our
and
shoes?
my paints don't really do well with fabric or leather anyway.
All right.
You know, for leather, I think you could do that for the miniatures booth.
Oh, really?
Sorry, the miniatures
Okay.
booth needs a 5-digit combo. Do you know what that is?
This is just attempting. I don't know. I mean, it's not that. I mean, I don't know. I heard the guy talking something about the coming attractions posters. Who runs the miniatures
Nah,
booth,
that can't
but
be right. There's no puzzle there.
I don't know. I'm just telling you what I heard.
All right.
Okay, so 5 digits. That's better than trying to get 6 letters out of it.
Well, 1 becomes 2 to continue the quest. 3 witches, and the 3 witches are adding a 4th. And Pokemad has no numbers in its title. They all have dates. The dates we could ostensibly put in order. I'm assuming they're American dates.
Oh, it
So
didn't occur to me.
that it would be 3-5, then 7-4, then 8-2. I'm not sure, but let's work on that assumption if we had to order them.
Okay.
But there's no necessarily a need to order them yet because we don't have anything to order. If we're trying to get numbers out of them, they all have dates. Dates are numbers.
Now, we'll note that things like mad and messing are also very cryptic crosswordy.
They very much are. Macbeth 3, The Witch's Revenge. Get ready, the 3 witches are adding a 4th. So it's Macbeth 4th. 3 could add a 4th, that's 3-4 in the title. There are 4 pictures of witches. There is a date. The date is 7/4/2024.
Yeah, for the Pokemad one, I was trying to find places for those letters, but again, maybe it's just because there weren't very many. I couldn't see anything off the top of my head. Like a 3rd letter and a 5th letter gave me a K and an M. Didn't seem super helpful. The words. Oh, I included the word Pokemad, but if I don't include the word Pokemad, then it says start with. That's not terrible.
Oh, so you've got like start with, and then 2024 doesn't do anything? Is that the
Yeah,
thought? You
I
ignore
was
it?
ignoring the 2024s because they were the same on everything.
Okay. So we have start with for Pokemad.
Possibly.
Start with
Adding
adding
3.
3, and then the 8th. So we're doing the 8th. So like adding 3 was the 7th and 4th words of the tagline of the film.
Cool.
So Pokemad got us the 3rd and the 5th words of the tagline of the film, which is start with adding 3, and then Goblet Quest 2 continue. TWO continue.
Okay.
Don't know the order, but start with... Well, I did them chronologically, which is start with adding 3 to continue.
Well, the sequelness of movies.
Oh, yeah, 1, then 2, then 3. So start with
2.
2.
Continue adding
Continue
3.
adding 3.
Yeah.
Well, it's a 5-digit combo.
Yeah.
2,
5, 8, 11.
5, 8, 11.
2, 5, 8, 11.
All right, can we put 25811?
Put 25811 onto the lock, and it opens up.
Hey, hey.
Inside
Okay.
are some brushes and a whole rainbow of colored paint.
Brilliant. Now, this paint, I feel like we were assured we could probably do our shoes for that, but not the shirt because that was more sticky outy.
Yes, that would require
Right.
a thing to attach. Can
Well,
we-
let's paint some lightning bolts on our shoes.
You have lightning bolts on your shoes.
Yep, copy
Great.
it very carefully off of the action figure, right?
Oh, yeah. People say I'm crazy. I've got lightning bolts on the soles of my shoes.
Okay, so the only things we've got left is, where was this 6-digit lock again?
It is on the first aid booth.
Right, first aid booth. The card builder using a security card and the sword. Those, to me, feel like the
Yes.
only 3 big,
And the event schedule.
of course.
The event schedule. That had 6 events on it, I think.
Oh, interesting.
So that could get our first aid code. So how do we get 6 individual letters from these 6 different events? How does the Revengers talk with your favorite? Well, Dr. Y is like the letter Y. because it says Y, which is a word that sounds like a letter.
I'm scared that when I go through and like the 1 p.m. event, if I take the first word of the description, the second word of the 2 p.m. description, it's starting to creep me out a little bit.
Talk love to man
In pirate.
in pirate.
Bit worried that we have to go up to the president of the Card Building Association and
Oh, I love you, matey. Now
Yeah.
give me that card.
that's what I'm getting out of
We
this.
can share the riches of the ocean for the rest of our lives. Give me that card, matey.
Was this it? Was this the plan?
I know I call all my crew me hearties, but you are truly me heart.
This was the plan.
No, I think we've done it. We got the code. Sorry if you hit a puzzle, but that says talk love to man in pirate. Comic-Con event schedule. We've got almost everything.
Oh no.
So there's some stuff they don't have. And the things that they don't have are the things that we'll need. Each of these descriptions, a pangram that's missing a single letter.
Oh no. We've had that before and I don't think I spotted it then either.
Quiver, onyx. Onyx is a classic pangram
You're
word.
right.
So what letter is missing from
Oh, man.
the 1 p.m. Revengers pangram?
All right, well, right away, I'm struggling to
I see.
see.
Let's start from the
Nope,
beginning.
I thought I was struggling to see something, but I wasn't.
So
yep,
there's
okay.
A in
I'll start
talk,
from the end.
B in bronze, C in Canada, D in bride, E in bride. Oh, don't start from the end. Start with me.
No, I'm already up to you.
Well, then I'll start from the bottom.
M. I don't see an M. It
All
was
right.
bang on halfway.
Bang
Didn't
on
matter
halfway.
what we did.
No M, no M, no M. I'm looking. There is no M aside from the one running the room. So we've got M to start with. The next one,
I'm assuming, there are 6, so it's going to be 1 letter for each one.
there'll be
isn't it?
1 letter for each one. So this will
Right.
be another pangram with a single missing letter. So you'll love finding out the juicy secrets of the Below Zone when you meet the producers of the quirky Notflix series. Was there a Q in this one? Yes, in quirky.
Yeah, I'm
Love.
already up to M, so it's first
So you've
half.
gone back. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Is there an A? I don't know if there is. You'll love finding out the juicy secrets of the Below Zone when you meet the producers of the quirky. I don't know if there's an A.
Well, that would have taken me a while.
MA. Next one. There's a pangram. It is missing a letter, so it's not quite a pangram. Southernos comes to Comic-Con with maximum intensity. Join us in a deep dive into the building of this classic show and use what you know on a tough quiz. Well, there's definitely an A. There is a B. There is a C.
Ooh, I'm struggling to find an R,
An R. Interesting.
which is unusual.
That makes sense why you would go for Southernos instead of Southaros.
Yeah.
Any R's comes to Comic Con with maximum intensity. Join us in a deep dive into the building. It says building of this classic show and use what you know on. I don't see an R. Let's call it an R. It's missing from that pangram. We have another pangram. He's the fastest man in the world, and now he has his own film. Will Barty Alden go back to the past to rescue his mother Zora, or will he keep the timeline intact? Find out in a special jumbo IMAX showing.
For these ones, my working backwards seems to be working in my favor, and I'm worried by what letter I find missing in this one.
What is that? You have to say it to me. You've pointed to the letter V, which you refuse to say for literally no reason. Is there a V in this one? I don't see a V. Dr. Y definitely has a W in it and definitely has a Y in it. Who zips through history in his rhomboid box with his companions, saving organisms and visiting worlds both aquatic and Jovian? It's Dr. Y. Catch a look at 4 upcoming shows.
I'm going to hit out in the assumption that we should start at the start this time.
Yeah, because it's probably going to be a vowel of some kind.
It's probably going to be an E of some kind, surely.
Oh, probably.
Some kind of.
In my head, it was just the name Marvin with a. That's going to be the
Fair.
first aid officer. But you're right. I don't see an E on my first quick glance, and my second, more thorough glance has yet to make one appear. So no E in that. And you think there's going to be no L in the final one?
I mean, I'm not seeing one.
No, I don't see an L in Who Doesn't Enjoy a Sexy Pirate Comedy. Get a sneak peek at season 2 of this queer romantic series starring Taki Waitini as Greenbeard and Peace Darby as Captain Zleed. Ah, damn. As Captain Zleed, no L. So Marvel is the word. Can we go to our first aid 6-letter lock and put in Marvel?
Sorry. Can we go to our first aid box,
Yes.
approach the 6-letter lock,
Mhm.
and sue the Weisses?
And sue them. You don't own Marvel.
Are you?
Danny at 2.
Okay, so you open it up, and the kit has the usual supplies: antiseptic, band-aids, gauze, tape, scissors, aspirin, etc. So if you want to ask me something's in it, I can let you know.
Do they have the I know like more and more people like have allergies and food allergies. It becomes a concern. So most first aid kits now, they always have 2 giant letter D's in them, just in case anyone's allergic and needs to be treated. Are there 2 giant letter D's?
Unfortunately not. I can't imagine why. You should sue them because of this.
Yeah, right? It's a growing
Very
concern.
litigious room, apparently.
You don't think too much about how a first aid box and a crafts box, you don't think about how much they have in common until you need to make some goggles out of cups and masks. I want to use what is in these supplies to make myself some mask cup goggles.
What are you using?
There were scissors in there. And
Okay,
there's
scissors.
to my
thread,
understanding,
tape.
that's all you need.
A staple. We cut the ends of the cups,
Okay.
just the round bottoms,
We stab just a tiny little stab mark into the sides of the cups.
using the
here
scissors.
and the here using some scissors.
And then we thread through the...
well, then we cut the elastic off the mask.
We cut the elastic off our masks,
and thread it through. Probably, maybe there'll be some tweezers if
We
we
can
need to be delicate.
tie a little knot in the mask strap so that it doesn't come out of the cup, and then we can strap them to our heads.
Exactly.
You do all that, and you have a pair of goggles now.
All right.
Thank you.
What do we have left? Just
No.
the DD?
Yeah, that's all we need for our costume. Okay, we need to get this dude's card.
So his problem was, I'm building this house. The security card you need is integral to the structure of this house, and if you take it, it will collapse. So you have to wait till the end of the show,
Which we
That's what he said
convention.
anyway, yeah.
which we can't do.
Mhm.
So either we prematurely collapse the house, so he has to start again anyway,
Mhm.
or we find a way so that it can structurally stand up without that card by replacing it with something else.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
you are not that good at card house building to do something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, okay, I mean, I'll just see what
Of
happens.
course.
Can I just go
Right.
knock his house over? Does anybody stop me?
You go over there and you just try to whack it down, and he says, "Hey, what are you doing? You get back. You get 6 feet back." And he pushes you away, and now you are 6 feet back from the table.
All right, can we get a fan or something to blow it down? Oh, wait, no, we have a stick that's 6 feet long.
Oh, the staff.
We extend our staff
It was extended.
sit above, further than 6 feet long, and we poke his house down.
You do that, and his house falls apart.
Nice.
Oops.
Ah, what happened to my house? Was there an earthquake?
Yes.
Ah!
Very localized earthquakes. Too common around here.
So, in the confusion, you run over and you quickly pocket the key card. Are you gonna help the guy build the house back up, or are you just leaving it?
No, he went no efforts to help us. We were like, hey, we need a thing. He was cheating anyway. Yeah, we take the security card. He was a fraudulent builder anyway. He was abusing his station to cheat at house
And
card
now,
building.
speaking of being fraudulent, let's go to the security area.
Yeah, sounds perfect.
So, you use your card to open up the office, and fortunately, there's no one there to question your presence. There are several monitors that show various views of the convention center. Most of the equipment appears to be locked up, but there's one open box with a pile of extra security packages. And on the counter, there is a do not symbol, a red circle with a thick line crossing from one side to the other. They must hang it on doors they don't want.
Amazing. Because it turns out if you tear one of those perfectly in half, it would resemble 2Ds.
Oh, you would. Big two big red outline teeth. That's
Yeah.
perfect. I didn't think about that at all. Can we rip that sign in half? Or does it appear we need a sword to cut it?
It's like you almost. So, for some weird reason, you need a sword to cut this?
Awesome.
I can't imagine why.
That's okay. You just got to be able to do a perfect single cut down. You're
Yeah,
trying
we
to
can
do
do
it by
that. It's
hand.
fine.
It's going to be shaky. It's just not going to look right.
Okay, so did we have access to uniforms in here?
We had access to badges.
Badges. All right, well, let's take a badge.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go right up to him and say, hey, man, nice sword. And then flash our badge and say, hand it over, punk.
He gasps at you and kind of blinks and says, What? What sword? What are you talking about? What?
I can see the sword.
All right. Okay. It's a fair cop. Hand you the sword.
And I'm a fair cop, so I won't
You
put
can have
in
it back.
prison.
Just
You can-
borrow it for a minute. Just think about what you did.
Yeah, you can have it back soon.
It's a pretty cool sword.
And then we cut the anti
Right in the
go.
middle of the cosplay area.
Yeah, we take this. We've got the sign.
You're right.
with
We're not crazy people. We go to the LARP area.
The empty LARPing area?
Oh yeah, it's empty. Okay.
Is that a problem?
We go to the guy with the sword and we take it back. We say, hey man, it was all a bit. We don't actually want to confiscate your sword. And then we hold up the sign in front of us.
We
say,
need a
cut this in half.
demonstration.
Cleave it in twain.
And I get to keep the sword?
Yes, but only if it's a perfect cut right down the line.
Oh, okay. And now you have
Okay.
and now you have two exactly perfect halves of the
Nice.
sign.
Excellent.
Do we just stick him to our
With what?
with some tape,
With what, Bill?
some gauze?
Does gauze work that way?
No. But something is there? Do we have anything
You
sticky?
can take some band-aids and like loop them around each other, like when you're making your own double-sided
Yeah,
tape.
like a double-sided tape band-aid.
Ugh.
Perfect. I think it's a great idea. So you do that, and you have 2 Ds now attached to your chest.
Amazing. Was there anything else? Did we get them all? We've got a staff. We've got lightning shoes. I hope they didn't run. I didn't check to make sure that they were dry.
Nope, they're fine. It's quick drying.
We got goggles.
Yep.
We got a DD.
Yep.
Got a cape.
Yep.
Got a belt.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything else that
No,
we
I
missed?
think that's everything.
That's everything I wrote
And the
down.
staff.
And the stuff,
right.
yeah. All we need is the attitude. And we'll be good.
Classic Dr. Dynamo attitude, of course.
In
right.
that case,
Let's go to the signing booth and try and get to the end.
well, if we're doing Dr. Dynamo energy, is that a strut or a skulk?
A strut.
Okay.
It's both at once. It's a
Definitely a
skulking
strut.
strut.
Okay.
All right.
We
The guy- you go
stroke
up.
to the signing room.
All right. The guard looks you up and down. Goggles, check. Staff, check. Cape, belt, logo, boots. Nice work. Come on in.
So you enter the hall, and you are ushered to the priority line. You're only moments away from meeting Carly's Flint. As you round a corner, you see something else that is almost as thrilling. Dr. Dynamo's electro light machine from the film Dr. Dynamo vs. Dry Nomad. That's pretty cool. It's plugged in, so maybe it actually works. Anyway, as the line moves forward and you get closer to the machine, you see a commotion at the front. It's the actor Tim Garraway dressed in his costume as Dr. Dynamo's sidekick Nightlight.
I should have gotten the main role as Dr. Dynamo. Or at least a better share of the residuals. I'm tired of being laughed off as the sidekick.
He's waving around his ionic glow stick, trademarked, wildly. He could hurt someone. You know how lax security seems to be around here. You'd better do something fast.
Where's that sword?
You gave it back to him!
I know.
Tell me what, what's this light, this cool light device again?
Yeah, so while it's not plugged in, well, it is plugged in, it is not activated. The console has 2 large semicircle indentations on either side of a large hole. At the bottom of the machine are 2 pedals, and above them is the sequence 225 3235. That's 225 3235.
All right, 2253235.
Okay. Semicircular, was it indents on the side
Yes.
of the thing?
Can we stick our 2Ds into those indents?
Oh, are they that
You-
much?
You rip those off of your chest, and you place them into the indentations, and the machine starts to hum.
I was not picturing that. I was picturing it as really tiny and like, oh no, we forgot the D rings that we need.
And there are pedals, right?
Yes.
Are there 2 pedals or 5?
there are 2 petals.
Dang.
That's okay. They might
And
have
there's also
energy
the
levels.
large hole in between the 2 Ds that you just put
Yeah,
in.
that's true.
Oh, we
does
put
the
our staff in there.
stick in there?
We make it small and we stick it in there.
You stick your staff into the hole, and it starts to glow.
Once you make it full size.
Yes.
All right, lovely. And when you say pedals, are we picturing pedals like a bicycle or pedals like an organ?
Oh, I was picturing an organ.
Yeah, like an organ.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that we start pressing and seeing if it has any effect.
Yeah, if we start pressing the pedals, does something start lighting up with a numerical value?
No.
How do we 225 3235? Oh, hold on.
What?
Our shoes are important. I closed our shoes, but they're relevant.
Oh, they are?
One has 2 thingies on it. One has 3 thingies on it.
What? I didn't notice
Yeah,
that
yeah.
at all.
If we go way back to... You see our left shoe has 2
no, I
zig
never
lightning
noticed
bolts,
that.
and our right shoe has 3 lightning bolts.
Okay,
So can we go
press left foot, left
then left,
foot,
then
both feet, right, left, right, both.
You do that, and the top of the staff glows brighter and brighter. The light is diffused throughout the room. If you could find a way to direct the beam, it might be more effective.
Our goggles!
So you put them onto your onto the machine, and the light comes through in a directed beam. You twist the staff and point it at Caraway. He yells as the light blinds him. He drops the glow stick and covers his face. Now you can grab him. Just make sure you keep him contained.
I was going to say, we haven't used our belt yet, so we tie him up in our belt.
It was very elastic, and I thought that was a slight jab at our waistline at the time, but now I get it.
It's very difficult to put the belt
Yes.
around him while he's kind of flailing around a little bit.
Is there any other part of our body we haven't used?
Wrap him up in a cape,
Wrap him up in the cape!
roll him up in a
So
throw him off a bridge.
Perfect.
As you remove your cape, and you wrap the cape around him, he struggles to get free from the stretchy material, but the cape itself won't hold him for long.
So we hit him with the belt.
You pull off the belt and wrap it around the cape and put it into place. He falls to the ground immobilized. You hear footsteps as security guards run up to take him away.
Oh, here you are.
Yeah,
There they finally are. Carly Splint walks up to you.
that was some impressive work. Thanks so much for your help. How about I get you some VIP tickets to the next Dr. Dynamo movie?
And they sign your action figure, and you wonder how next year's convention could top this one. And you have now done it!
Amazing.
Nice. All so that we didn't have to wait in line. What an entitled...
Our priorities are quite
We
something.
destroyed the whole convention because we were lazy.
We saved and ruined equal numbers of lives.
Exactly.
That's the goal you can hope for.
Thank you for listening to Escape This Podcast. Don't forget to tune in next week for Podcast This Escape, where we debrief with our guest and discuss the escape room that we just escaped from.